Hello, my name is Matt Pugh. This is my Ed 200 presentation entitled, What is Worth Teaching? And I will focus on that question throughout this presentation. The three questions I came up with are, how will I know what is right to teach? Should I teach to pass the core tests or what they need to know, or make it fun so that they want to learn more on their own? And last, how can I help my students understand that what I am teaching really is important and can be used in the real world? How will I know what is right to teach? I came up with a few points, and the Spirit was one of the first things that I thought of. As a member of the church, we should rely on the Spirit to help us to know what to teach. Then the Lord. We should always rely on the Lord to help us through the challenges and difficulties that we have, and teaching shouldn't be an exception. And then other teachers that are in our school and in our department. They want to see us succeed, and they will help us to teach what we need to be teaching. The second question, should I teach to pass core tests or what they need to know and to make it fun? Teaching should be fun, and we should teach the things that they need to know in a fun way. I found that games and other things like that can help to teach the lessons that we are teaching, and also to help with retention and recovery of that information. And going along with that is, why can't we have both? Why can't we have our students have fun learning and to make it fun for them to learn? So the last question that I wanted to focus on is, how can I help my students understand that what I'm teaching really is important and can be used in the real world? I found that teaching the why and using real life experiences can help them to get involved in their own education, help them to want to learn more. If they understand why and they can see the bigger picture, they're going to find that fire, and they're going to start understanding why this is important and why they should and need to know it. I want to share a few experiences from my own life on these three questions. And as I've thought about them, these are the 3 points for each of the questions that I would like to talk about. On my mission in my last area, I got transferred in, and there was a family that was baptized right before I got there. The family was baptized except for their eldest daughter. She wasn't quite ready to be baptized yet, and as we got talking about baptism and things like that, she understood and lived the gospel along with her family. And as we were teaching her one night, I just remember that we were just talking with her and trying to help her and figure out what some of her questions might be. And a question popped into my mind of, well, you're living the gospel completely. What's going to change after baptism? And as I asked her that question, she kind of thought about it, and she realized that nothing was going to change after she got baptized, and that her life would actually be better because she'll be receiving more blessings from following the gospel. And I truly believe that that was a question guided by the Spirit to help me to know what she needed at that moment. Then the story of Mr. Mednick, he was my kindergarten teacher, and I grew up in Salt Lake, and Mr. Mednick was a Jewish man. And growing up in Utah is predominantly Mormon community, and he knew that, and he wanted to teach his culture and his beliefs in an educational way to help us to branch out and to realize that there's more people in this world than just members of the church. And he did it through a variety of different ways. He had us play games, and we celebrated Hanukkah, and he taught us all the importance of that stuff. And as a little kid, that was just the most exciting time of my life, just to understand different culture and to see it firsthand. Mr. Mednick was also great at playing the guitar, and he made his own guitars, and it was just fun because he taught us the process of how he made his guitars. And then he'd bring that guitar in and he would play it for us. And it was just experiences that are simple and fun for us, and things that I'll never forget. And I feel that we can use examples like that in our own teaching. And kind of going along with the last one I wanted to focus on was the why. I coach football up here in Rexburg, and that's something that when I'm coaching, I love to emphasize is the why. Because I feel that if my players understand why we're doing something the way that we're doing it, they understand the bigger picture, and they're able to understand why. And they'll begin to piece it together in their minds and to start understanding and learning and thinking through and problem solving to different situations that we might find ourselves in. And I found that if we teach them the why, that they'll be more engaged on their own to the understanding of football. And this is my presentation, and thank you for listening.